This is an absolute game changer. 2025 is just around the corner, and today I'm going to share with you my favorite products of 2024 and how every single one of them made a significant improvement in my life this year. I divide this video into 4 sections, which is beauty and skincare, tech, fashion, and home. The first beauty product I want to talk about is my favorite lip color by Lillian Red. This is the Bloody Liar lip tint in my favorite color 07 Daring Cherry. I absolutely love this lip color, and I cannot stress enough how much this color had changed my life for the year. I'm actually wearing this tint right now. What I absolutely love about this lip color is, if you look, it's a really nice cherry tint, and I think it really works well with cooler skin tones, but surprisingly it works pretty nicely on warm lip tones. And the best thing is you could continuously layer on this lip tint and it will increase the color on your lips. When you do one layer, it's gonna look like the way it looks right now. It's a little bit more of a watery tint, but if you continuously layer this color, it's gonna look a little more brighter on your lips. It's gonna look a little bit more truer to the color that you actually see in the bottle itself. But what I also really love about this lip tint is that it doesn't actually come off the lip. But right now, as you can see, I actually have a layer on my lip. But if I were to kiss my hand, the layer actually doesn't come off. It's really important that this color doesn't rub off, so I feel like this has been such a good pick. It has made a significant change to my life this year. The next beauty product I want to talk about is Fui Blurring Pudding Pot. These came really popular from Instagram. I think these recently, These became really popular very recently, I think off of Instagram. This one is my personal favorite color called kbeauty. This is what it actually looks like. It's mousse based, and what's really great about this product is it's actually very versatile and you can actually use it for both your cheek. But this is also a very cool toned violet tone that looks really beautiful on all shades of skin color. I also really like how it doesn't take up a lot of space in your makeup bag, especially if you're one to carry a lot of makeup. I will say that the texture is a little bit more matte, so it stays more put onto your skin and it actually doesn't rub off as well. I think this is a great addition, especially if you're someone who usually doesn't apply a lot of makeup throughout the day. But what I really love about Fui products is that they have colors that are meant to match your skin tone. So while this color might be a little bit more tailored to me, they actually have colors that are tailored for other skin types and skin tones as well. Have you ever used the wrong sun cream and you started applying foundation on your face and it started to rub off of your skin? Well, good news is Beauty of Joseon sun cream doesn't do that. This is by far my holy grail sun cream of all time. I kid you not, I've used hundreds and hundreds of different types of sun creams, different textures, different types, different ingredients, different type of brands, and I kid you not, I continuously come back to Beauty of Joseon because of how consistent their product is. But what I really love about this product is how thick and consistent it really is. In fact, I actually went to Korea and bought a pack of 4 more, which I think tells you enough how much I absolutely love the skincare. Okay, so the next product I want to talk about is my Rice Therapy Oil Cleanser. This was actually a surprise find. I actually first found this in Korea again, and I absolutely loved the consistency of the product, especially because I do wear thicker makeup because of the climate that I live in. That means I have a little bit more buildup in my skin with all the makeup that's being applied to my face. The oil itself is actually really thick. It seems like it was getting much deeper into the pores and removing as much debris from my skin. So I use this cleanser and I've seen a significant improvement of how clean my face looks once it's all washed off. I definitely recommend this one. Okay, and the last products I want to mention are my Duo makeup brushes. I've been looking for some Duo makeup brushes for quite some time. I actually just got these off of Amazon. I can't really pronounce the name. I think they're mange. And now that it's been a few months I've used them, I definitely believe that these have been pretty good for my skin, especially when it comes to picking up loose powder and being able to apply directly on my face. I don't know what it is about the Duo and brushes that I really like, but this one has been pretty good for just your powder. And then the end tip here, you can use this one as like a setting under your eye, especially if you're into baking. I've tried it before. It really picks up the powder really well, and they're both just super functional. I think that's just what I really like about the brush itself. I think you could consider this brush as a dupe of the Hourglass brush, and personally, I think it works just as good, and it was also the fraction of the cost. The other brush that I came with, I used this one for blush. Brush tip is a little thicker, and then the flatter tip at the end, you can use this for contouring, but I actually don't contour, so I kind of don't use this one. So I feel like these brushes were were a fantastic purchase. I have absolutely no regrets whatsoever. And the most important thing is it makes my face and skin look extremely flawless. Tech. First product I want to talk about is going to be the Braun Silk Expert Pro 5. This is an absolute game changer. I kid you not. This is an IPL hair removal system and it has worked wonders for me. This has been such a life-changing product for me, especially when it comes to maintaining hair removal. I first want to preface right away by saying that I already had treatments in the past, but what I use this product for is to help maintain those past treatments. I've been using this product for 6 months and I've definitely tested it out in areas where I have hair growth. I think the first thing to know about this product is that it doesn't remove your hair permanently, and you will see some growth if you hadn't used it in a long time. I actually took this with me in Korea and I stopped using it for about 2 weeks and I noticed that some hair was starting to grow again. So that indicated that it doesn't really permanently remove it. But if you do use it pretty consistently, then you will see that there is some hair removal. It's also really important to note that it doesn't work for every skin tone. But this has been by far my favorite product of the year. I plan to do a more in-depth review, so just keep an eye out for that. Okay, so the next tech product I want to talk about is my Sony ZV-1-2 camera. Obviously, I can't show you what the camera looks like right now because I'm using the camera to record this video, but I'm pretty happy that I went with this version versus the other two that are actually part of the Sony ZV series. I did some extensive research over which camera that I really wanted, and initially I first had the ZV-1, but I didn't realize that that camera wasn't a wide lens version. That camera had some audio qualities I wasn't really sure about, so I decided to upgrade the camera to the ZV-1-2, and so far I've been recording all of my content with my camera. Quality is amazing. It picks up audio really well, especially when I want to do different type of vlogging styles. The camera is able to capture a ton of depth, especially when it comes to doing any type of landscape type of vlogging. So for now, I'm happy with this camera and I think it's a really good beginner vlogger camera, especially for people that want to start vlogging for the first time. And then the last tech item that I really want to highlight is my Blue Yeti mic. It's huge, it's kind of clunky. This has been a better mic when it comes to doing voiceovers for my videos, or even just having a Zoom call over the camera. The Blue Yeti is able to pick up sound exceptionally well, but at the same time, it can also lower any type of white noise or background noise, which is obviously a good thing. I am just testing out how my Blue Yeti mic sounds. This Blue Yeti is for creators, but to be honest with you, I looked up all the features of the other ones and I think they're literally the same, just a different name. Next, we're gonna talk about fashion. In one of my videos, I talked about how I recently upgraded all my jewelry to 14 karat gold, and that also includes upgrading my earrings as well. So I want to talk about these 14 karat gold earrings that I got off of Amazon, which were actually really affordable, believe it or not. So these hoop earrings that I'm wearing right now, they are 14 karat gold earrings, but I do want to mention that they are actually hollow versus solid. So what that means is the earrings are not as heavy, so it doesn't hurt or droop down your earlobes. It still looks really great, and the best part is it's extremely affordable. This one is a clasp type versus the one where you actually like slip it through into the hoop itself. These are the 12 millimeters and it's a very decent size, especially if you're someone that don't take off your jewelry or anything like that when you go to bed or when you shower. I generally don't take off a lot of my jewelry. I do shower in these and I also sleep in them, and I haven't had any issues or pain or any concerns while sleeping in them. The best part is they're extremely light. The next fashion item I want to talk about is my purse organizer. This is another game-changing item that I have into their tote bags. Just like any of the other products I've mentioned earlier today, I did extensive research into this purse organizer because I wanted something that had a ton of pockets, but that was also extremely functional and also at the same time easy to transport from multiple tote bags to another tote bag. I actually used this insert from my Gucci Ophidia tote bag and it just slips right in. Like I mentioned, there's a ton of pockets, right? Several slip pockets, and then when you actually turn it around, there's one larger slip pocket and then another smaller slip pocket on the other side. On the inside comes with some additional mesh pockets as well. These are the additional mesh pockets and it slips just right in, and this is what it looks like once it's slipped in. This organizer, and just simply slip it into another tote bag like that. Like I said, another really great purchase of the year. Still feel really good about it. I'm so happy I did a ton of research. I kid you not, you're gonna love it if you got this as well. Next up, I want to talk about my favorite home items. First product I want to talk about are these easy portable night lights. There's a couple of different settings on these night lights, which is on and auto. If you set it on auto, it only motion detects, so it only turns on when you're actually in the area or if it picks up any type of movement. So the best place I typically like to put these are in the bathroom. That way, when these turn on, there's just a tiny bit of light that turns on. That way, you're not blinded by the light and you can still go back to sleep. This actually comes in a 2-pack, so you can actually leave it wherever you'd like. Bathroom, the hallway, your computer desk, even just your own bedroom. And it's been pretty good so far. The next item that I want to discuss is my desk pad. So I actually got a desk pad to help offset the color scheme of my apartment. I also got a secondary desk pad at my partner's place, which I think helps bring out a little bit more color to the space. But enough talking about the whole aesthetic of the desk pad, let's talk about the functionality of the desk pad. I initially was using a mouse pad that was getting really dirty pretty quickly, and I just didn't like the way that was starting to look. So I looked into getting a much larger pad that acted as a desk pad, but then as a mouse pad at the same time. I really like how smooth my Apple mouse can glide on the mouse pad. It even holds my keyboard in place, how nice it really sits on my desk space. And at the same time, like I said, it's aesthetically pleasing. And now the last game changer of 2024, I want to talk about my anti-anxiety notebook. I actually mentioned this notebook in one of my Notion tutorials, but I don't think I actually went too in depth about it. This notebook has been a huge significance in my life, especially when it comes to journaling a little bit more frequently. But the difference about this book is about anxiety. For example, I definitely am not perfect. I definitely have moments where I get extremely anxious, and there's actually frameworks in this book to help you how you can minimize those issues, and also an opportunity for you to write those down. So each page starts off as a journal entry. You can write down what actually happened, what you're going through, and then the emotions that you're actually feeling here. And then on the other side, you can actually circle these emotions, which, by the way, this notebook provides resources on what these feelings are, and then a little section where you can write down how you could deal with the situation a little differently. And then, like I said, if you're seeing a therapist, there's a section where you can write down those additional notes and some of the tips and tricks that your therapist might have suggested. This book has been incredibly impactful to me, and it has been such a great addition to my life. I really hope it's something that you could incorporate into your life too. Those are my favorite products of 2024, and I really hope that they made some type of impact to you, and hopefully they are something that will help you in the future going into 2025. Let me know if there's anything that I can help further describe or explain better. I provided the links to all the products mentioned today. I definitely plan to do some review videos, especially the IPL tool, so definitely keep an eye out for that. But otherwise, I really hope this video was super helpful. Don't be afraid to reach out. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!